Sydney with the Mighty Gentlemen of Testament. What's it like having Steve back in the band? I mean, he's back after a decade. How does it feel? What did you miss the most about him?
He's a great person and a great player, and he adds a whole different element because he plays. I don't know if you've seen his crazy basses, but you know it's fretless, and he plays 3-string bass. And
a whole other dimension.
It is.
And
but
they look like artifacts.
Yeah.
It's really like crazy.
From another world.
But he has his own style and his own attack with our tunes.
Yeah.
And so I think, and I talked to some people here today that had mentioned the same thing. It's like, wow, he has a whole different rhythm section because Gene and Steve played together in Death.
Yeah, one of the original Death lineups.
So those guys worked together, and it was something we knew that would just be solid.
Yeah, well, Death is an incredible band. I mean,
yeah, and from my point of view, it feels really natural.
Yeah.
Like,
You're in the pocket.
He just feels like a very natural member of the band. It's just an instant transition.
Is it true the music starts with Eric? I've read some interviews where he said the music starts with him and then it kind of flows through the band.
Well, sometimes it starts with me, but he has to approve it.
Yeah, I read he said functional band democracies don't really exist.
Yeah. Well, he started the band.
Yeah, of course.
So he has to approve it. But I'd say the majority of the recent music, yes. But some of the classic albums would start with him and I. But then we take it to Chuck, and then we work with the rhythm section.
Yeah.
It ends up. I would maybe it's not a democratic process, but it's definitely a group process.
What was the true moment of Death of Testament and the moment of rebirth?
Well, I don't know if it was death of it, but I just think the scene changed around when we split up.
Yeah.
I know at that time, there was, for example, probably 150 radio stations across the country in the U.S. that was playing metal in mainstream drive time traffic.
Wow, can you tell us about these mystical times?
Well, that's what I'm saying. But it was,
Yeah.
and that's when people are doing videos being played on MTV. I think right around that time, that's when the whole Seattle movement started moving, and I think something changed in the music business and radio because all of a sudden radio went down to literally like 30 stations that was playing metal. Overnight it seemed like, and major labels started dropping metal acts and trying to look for the next Seattle bands.
Yeah.
So it really did change, and then that's when we went our separate ways.
Yeah.
But me and Eric kind of at that point, it was almost a rebirth because we had been doing what we were doing with the original lineup.
Yeah.
And we decided, okay, we're a little angry at the business, angry at the world, we're gonna write heavy records. So, we did the low record at that point, and I think that's when I kind of transitioned and trying to sing a little more death vocals. I did a song, Dog Face Gods, on there where I sang full on angry death voice, and it had mixed reviews. Some little fans were like, I don't know, what are you doing? And some new fans were like, yeah, do that. So it was really kind of a change for us. We're crossing over a little to a little more extreme.
Yeah.
And then we kind of just carried on through that. I think the metal scene started getting back on its feet. There was a lot more new, younger bands coming up, making names for themselves, and it really helped us, and it inspired us too because we seen what was going on and what kids were into, and it just kind of took this full circle, And then when we kind of reformed back in 2005, the mood was set again because the scene was a lot stronger.
Yeah, well, it felt like a really exciting time at the time. Metal was coming back.
It was coming back, and here we are with the original lineup, and having that really brought our confidence level. I think performing, just being together, it's like we're a team again, and it's almost felt like, we're gonna finish something we all started together.
Being the original lineup, part of that, we were able to bring back some of the original sound and blend it with some of that sound that he's talking about.
Yeah.
And I think, from my point of view, one of the reasons I had to step aside was, in the whole metal world and in rock in general, the role of the guitar, especially the lead guitar and the musician, was being
sideline,
pushed aside. Yeah. We don't want you anymore. So I said I'm going to go play jazz because it's all solos.
Yeah.
By the time I came back to it, I mean, you know, what he was alluding to in the industry, things changed. There was more appreciation for it. Ozfest had started.
Yeah.
So this whole new crop of bands.
Yeah, like
came
Soundwave
about.
happening here, it kind of reinvigorated.
And groups that were influenced by us. And then even though metal radio disappeared, but radio in general changed a lot. And it became consolidated, and satellite radio emerged. And that sort of, in a way, brought back metal radio. Because now we, you know, in the States we have Sirius XM, and so it's like liquid metal, which sort of take the place of Z-Rock. And then you have TV shows like That Metal Show.
Yeah. Do you think being part of a movement, making sort of seminal records that metal fans connected with deeply, say as teenagers, can make them unwilling, wanting to see you change and evolve with this band because they'll forever hear you with their teenage years and they want it that way? Kind of like how Megadeth made sort of a hard rock record, really, but everyone just wants them to make Rust in Peace again. What do you think?
I think it's different.
Yeah.
I think us, because we've always, I mean, for example, us, we're kind of a different thing because every record we've done has never like followed and been the same record. We don't do it twice.
Yeah.
We're always trying to come up with something new and a different feel, but when you sit down and listen, you'll go, oh yeah, it's Testament.
You've got kind of a flavor.
And I think
we can't help it.
we can't help it, but I don't think we would probably get influence in that way because it's worked for us for this long doing what we've done, and as I talk to fans and people, even I feel it just ourselves. Our last couple records are probably some of the strongest records we've done in a long time. And I think they're really modern sounding. They don't sound like that 30-year-old band trying to rehash old riffs and styles. And so, I think we're, can't change it now. We just do our natural thing.
You introduced Dillinger at the Metal Masters. Now, you've kind of been quite vocal in your sort of appreciation. Do you ever kind of explore like a weird experimental kind of mappy thing, or you just kind of appreciate them as well?
Both.
Yeah.
Both. I mean, I think they're great musicians. Some of the music, you don't always get it right away. And I like that.
Yeah, it's different kind of you've got a groove. Yeah.
But I did some music a long time ago with the drummer from Primus, Tim Alexander, and Michael Manring, who's a great bass player. This project was called Attention Deficit. It was very weird, and it kind of has a little cult following. But some of what those guys do reminds me of that, but in a metal band.
Yeah.
And I'd be open to revisiting stuff like that.
That's exciting. Well, I mean, I'm glad that the second wave of Testament has eventually washed over our shores. I mean, again, like several times in the last few years. And, I hope you guys...
Well, we've been wanting to do this for a long time.
Yeah.
For a long time, and just talking to the fans and just the press we've done to get over here, they've really made us feel like it's about time, guys, to get over here and do this festival.
With respect to all the other bands, but it's like we're new.
Yeah, exactly.
There's a lot of repeat guys that are great
Yeah.
bands, but
For me, you've been the cult band on the tour at Testament, and essentially, you're the guys that basically all the other bands are talking about. So, have you? This is Soundwave TV. This is Testament.
thank you.